Okay, folks, here's a quick review of the 41st Elite Corps Clone Trooper figure that was produced by Hasbro as part of the Star Wars The Black Series 3 3/4 inch line of action figures. And I picked this up at Walmart for $9.99. Now, the articulation joints on the figure were a bit of a mixed bag. The shoulder articulation is restricted due to the shoulder pads being a bit on the big side, but I had no problem in moving the elbows, the wrists, the hips, and the ankles. And there also appears to be a mid-abdominal crunch joint. The head can turn 360 degrees, but it has very little up and down motion. Both of the knee joints were very stiff, and it took a little time to get them to move properly. And there are no ankle rockers on this figure. However, the helmet is removable. And I felt that the helmet fit, it feels like that it's adequately made for the size of this trooper's head, and it didn't feel overly snug. So I'm going to pause here for just a moment, and I'm going to take his helmet off. And as you can see, it's the same trooper face, and no updates have been made to it. Okay, get his helmet back on here. There we go. And we'll continue on with the review. All right, the paint apps were a little bit on the sloppy side on this figure. The biggest distraction that I noticed was a black splotch on the trooper's left leg, and there were numerous areas where the white of his armor was very chipped. So let me pause here, zoom in, and I'll give you a closer look as to what the 41st Elite Corps Clone Trooper looks like. Okay. All right, the 41st Elite Corps Clone Trooper came with one accessory, so let me pan down real quick and I'll show you what that looks like. And the figure stand that you see him standing on was not included in the package. Okay, so as you can see, the 41st Elite Corps Clone Trooper came with a DC-17 blaster pistol. Now, this has the same nice detailing on it that the DC-17 blaster pistols that were included with the Shock Trooper and the Clone Trooper Lieutenant figures from the Vintage Collection had. And both of the trooper's hands have trigger fingers, so I'm guessing this particular trooper is ambidextrous. Back to the figure itself. What I'll do now is a quick 360 of the Clone Trooper for you and let you see what he looks like from all sides. Okay. So overall, I don't think this is a bad figure. He's very plain looking, but I feel that's to be expected with a grunt in the Army of the Republic. I wasn't too pleased to see that the paint apps were a bit botched, and the shoulder articulation is a bit restricted as well due to the big shoulder pads. So therefore, I think the 41st Elite Clone Trooper figure, this deserves a good bordering on great recommendation. In spite of the flaws that I found on him, I really do think that this is still a good army builder for a Star Wars clone army. So go on ahead and pick him up if you see him in stores. All right, on that note, take care and stay tuned for my next review. Have a good one.